Well, hello everyone. Hey Chris, how are you? It's good to see everybody here today. Chris should be in and out in just a second here or up in just a moment. Hey, how are you doing tonight? So while we're waiting for Chris, I just had some delicious coffee. It was pretty good, pretty tasty. I was quite proud of the coffee. I'm really excited about tonight's guest, Billie Jean. She is one of Christopher's very, very, very good friends and mentors. So we're really excited to have her join us. Hey, Keith, how are you doing tonight? Let's go ahead and bring her on up. Hi, how are
Hello.
you?
Great. How are you?
Good. Chris should be back shortly.
Excellent.
So I understand. Oh, here we go. There he
Now
is.
I can hear you guys. There we go. Jesus. I hate being right all the time. God damn.
I was just saying that Billy is one of your good friends and
Yes.
mentors.
Absolutely.
And I was going to have you introduce her a little bit more, but you kind of popped out and then came back in.
Fucking A, sorry.
That's okay.
Well, so you guys can hear me okay? Both of you?
Yeah.
I hear you great.
Okay, I can hear you both good. Okay, we're in good shape. So I don't know how far you got, but
I talked about my delicious coffee, and then I was like saying hi to people, and then I brought Billy up.
nice. All right. Well, Billy, thank you for being on the show. It's a pleasure.
Of course, it's an honor to be here. I'm grateful that you asked.
Absolutely. Um, so it's been a while since, I've seen you in person because you're living out in Texas, living your dream.
I kind of live everywhere, Texas or whichever highway we're on next.
So for the people that are watching, like, tell us a little bit about what the journey's been for you lately. Like, what are you into right now? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations right now?
Ah, goals today are
That's a
exhaustion,
loaded
or
question.
not to be exhausted. So since you and I have last been together, life has been crazy. So we travel from Maine all over the country, selling my art. So our
Yes.
business that's Crow and Hound. I
Yes.
make Nordic artware, altars, wall art, custom amulets, pieces like that. So that falls in line with my work with necromancy. So
Mhm.
what I do is I take animals that have, I'm going to try to be really polite about this, no longer exist in this life form. And then I render their parts and make beautiful things from their death.
Yep.
So, and then I take those things and I provide a service to people with them. I also travel to do rituals and stuff for people as well. So I never know. I could be selling art today, tomorrow doing a ritual for a couple. I just did a hand fasting the 21st, 20th or 21st, and a ring. It was a hand fasting ring ceremony at the same time at our festival that we have out here in Texas as well. So I've been traveling the country, started a Viking festival in Texas.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It has been. It was so strange when I first got introduced into the Norse and really dove into it, I never thought this is where I would land.
Hmm.
Never thought I would be building a temple, which I am doing. We are currently building a temple on our site based off of historical documentation and stuff like that. So I'm trying to make sure to keep everything culturally correct.
Awesome.
That's
Um,
cool.
so yeah, my world has changed a lot since you and I have been together, Chris. A whole
Yeah,
lot.
that's awesome. So I'd like for people that are watching too, um, Crow and Hound is very much Norse pagan themed, right?
I'm sorry, that was so horrible on my end. I didn't understand it. I apologize. Try it again.
Crow and Hound is very Norse pagan themed, correct?
Correct. It's 100% Norse pagan. So
Okay,
I don't.
so yeah, nice.
Pretty much everything I do at this point in life is based off of the Norse belief system and the Norse pagan. I
Yep.
still definitely do my practitioner work. I haven't done medium work or readings and stuff in a very long time.
Hmm.
Kind of stepped away from that, and I don't know, the festival, the temple building has become like the big priority, building the community.
Yep.
So it started with the art, reaching out, meeting people, interacting, networking. But I noticed a few years ago a massive hole in our culture,
Hmm.
and even in even in the pagan culture, as a general rule, there's
Yeah.
no like community spaces, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially once you hit south of the Mason-Dixon line,
Hmm.
it gets real touchy. We're really located in the belt buckle of the Bible Belt of the South.
Oh
That's
wow,
where I set our temple up at.
that's pretty
Yeah,
sweet.
I've always broken rules and pushed boundaries. It's what I do. It's kind of, I mean, being a natural born or a genetic, whatever you want to call it. How do you want to put that? Hereditary witch
Sure.
from the South, learning witchcraft in the South, which was already taboo, all to hell and back. And then, I mean, to be me in the South was quite astonishing, quite fun. I never fit in with anybody, always in trouble. Churches didn't like me much. Got thrown out of quite a few of them when I was a kid. So yeah, but now we're building our own church where we don't throw people out of, which makes me happy.
That's a very beautiful thing.
And I
Do you
did use the word church because temple church is all the same. It's a house,
Yeah.
it's a place to go to worship, to,
Sure.
practice your
do you
Yep.
find with the pieces that you make that sometimes people will connect with the energy of the animal that has crossed over to do work as well?
100%. So whenever I'm making art or any of the pieces I make, 99% of the people that buy them are called to them.
Hmm.
I do have people who buy them just for the aesthetic of it. But generally speaking, when actual pagans or people of, diversification come in, they'll feel very much drawn or connected that that's their spirit animal, or they'll be like, I felt something calling me here, and it will be something very simple. It could be as simple as a deer's toe bone. Everybody's connected. We're all connected, no matter how we want to place it.
Hmm.
That's one of the things I love about my art. I don't know, I found this world to be very ugly, and death is just one constant we have. So to create art out of the one thing that most people fear the most and dread the most and try to avoid the most, that's kind of what I do. I try to show that death isn't horrible. It's not ugly. It's not scary. It's not
Hmm.
disgusting.
Mhm.
There's beauty even in death.
Yep.
It's embracing those things that we fear to help us become stronger. Yes.
Correct. But not only is it just that, I also look at the animal itself and what is the best way to honor that animal's life.
Yeah. Yep. I love
So
that.
Me
to be
too.
immortalized is kind of cool if you think about that. Here, this, might have been a fox or a wolf or a bear that was in the woods one day, and the next day might have ended up on my plate because I'm hungry. I have no qualms over eating what I kill and then using
Hmm.
its bone to create art. I believe in 100% usage of all animals.
Yep.
That's a way you can
Not
honor
everybody
the
is
animal. Yeah.
correct. To me, it's wasteful if you're going to render an animal and not use 100% of it. You shouldn't take the animal.
That makes sense. So, What first drew you to the Norse traditions?
To be quite honest with you, the simplicity of it. It's very black and white.
Hmm.
Um, Everything lies upon honor,
Hmm.
and honor holds you to a standard of high morals, high integrity. And for me, the call was just very simple. It's very black and white. Be a good person. Don't be a dick. Don't screw your people over. Take care of those around you. You help the weak. Bring up your brother, your sister, and don't beg and cry and plead for people to help you. And the gods certainly aren't going to jump down and do it for you.
Right.
So I tend to be a very strong, independent person. Very much, I want to get it done. I can do this. So for a lot of that, I guess just the whole alignment personally was that.
Hmm.
Uh, Not only that, it's a heritage thing. It's a cultural thing. All of that good stuff. But I like the diversification of it as well. Because it is basically, I mean, there's a lot of nuances with it. There's a lot of negative out there too. A lot of people think you have to look blonde hair, blue eyed to be a Norse. It's not true.
Right.
I am not what would be considered pure by any stretch of the imagination. I am Heinz 57. There's no genetic purity in this body whatsoever. The blonde hair and blue eyes are just genes, but
Right.
genetically speaking, I mean, that's one of the things. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of ritual, there's a lot of culture to it, there's a lot of history to it, and I still haven't seen an ice giant walking around. So can't
Yet.
believe Odin did what he promised us. It's those things that I always look at. I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen one ice giant walk around.
Yet.
Do you work with all of the different gods and goddesses within the I'm sorry, within the Norse tradition, or do you have specific ones you tend to work with more?
So I tend to work with every single one of them, even the infamous Loki himself. I do not believe that there's, I don't know, a lot of people, and I apologize for the terms I'm going to use, but they like to Christianize heathenry.
Hmm.
Odin
Mhm.
is all father. He's the big god. He's sky daddy almost sometimes.
Sky.
All, sorry. Again, I'm not trying to be, disrespectful to anybody else,
No, no,
but
no, no, no.
No,
a
not at
lot of
all.
people, well, honestly, I've heard it, I've seen it in the beginnings when people come into the Norse belief system and stuff. Is Odin is sky daddy, Loki is Satan. It's not how that works.
Hmm.
Each of the gods have a purpose and a reason. Loki teaches us through chaos. He teaches us lessons. He should be respected.
Yep.
I don't I don't worship Loki by any means, but I do respect that Loki exists and that his existence is necessary at
Hmm.
some level for sure. Without chaos, there's no change in what is Loki known for but his chaos.
Right.
So I'm kind of curious about something. I don't know if I've ever actually asked you this question before, but of all the different gods and goddesses that are in the Norse pagan belief structure, is there, so I'm trying to word this in a way, but like there are some goddesses or even gods that some people are like, oh well, watch yourself if you're going to be working with this one, or be cautious around this one. Do you find in your life that there is a certain one where you're like, okay, well, I'm not opposed to working with you, but I'm gonna make
You're
sure
gonna
I'm.
keep making me say his name, aren't you? If you say his name enough, he does make something happen.
You could just hint at it. I mean,
I
and I'm
actually
not trying to put it out there either, but I'm just saying, like, so, like, for example, I've heard
Um,
people talk about the Morrigan as being somebody that you have to be careful about, right? Is
well,
there an
think of it in
equivalent in the
this
Norse
way:
pagan religion?
the gods and humans are not much different, are they? So think about the gods as you do in humans. Some humans bite harder and stab your back worse than others do. So
That's
that's
fair.
what you have to look at when you look at the gods: is what are their personalities like? What do they do? What do they have? And the thing is working with them is very different than asking them, if
I
that
see what
makes
you mean.
sense.
That totally is.
Uh,
Asking somebody is a little different than working alongside them, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
With me, it's more, I prefer to be more conduit, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So let's say I'm working on a piece for the goddess ear. Um, I'm not working per se with ear. I'm getting the hell out of her way
Sure.
so she can, boom, this is what I want. So it's removing ego, which should be done anytime you're working with any of the gods. You have to take your ego completely out of it because your ego is death.
For sure. I agree.
So yeah, I mean, it's any of the gods. I mean, Odin himself can be questionable to work with. He has so many beautiful names, even Oathbreaker being one of them.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's like I said, you got to look at the gods as the personalities they have, and there's a price to pay for everything you do.
Right. Well, it's like that altar you made for me for Fenrir's altar. You had also warned me about that, not to get too wrapped up in that feeling of revenge, and I
Correct.
don't. But I do work alongside it to try and heal us both, or to facilitate that healing.
Those altars have gotten me in so much trouble.
What,
A
the
lot of
Fenrir
my
ones?
art has gotten me in trouble anytime I make Fenrir or any of the dark. There are people who consider there's a faction out there that are anarchists, I guess, that are Norse anarchists that are Lokians.
Hmm.
And do I make pieces for them? Of course I do. That's my job.
Right.
I always feel like the fates didn't give me the talent or put me through the hell to get to where I'm at to segregate what I make and what I don't make, if that makes
Right.
sense. And that's just the ego again. So absolutely, I prefer that I'm just the conduit. So yeah, I mean, definitely that has cost me in the past. I've gotten people not thrilled over my work, but that's okay.
Well, I love my altar. I can tell you that much.
Well, I'm
It's
glad. I'll
beautiful.
be honest with you, I forgot about it.
Did you really? Yeah. I mean, it's been a while. I mean, we were still in Augusta when you made me that.
The amount of art that I've produced since I have been on the road still staggers. It's staggering to me.
I remember
Uh,
you're in your house, just your garage, and all the stuff that hadn't even been made into art yet. All the stuff that was waiting in the wings to be made. I was like, damn, dude, this is crazy.
yeah, it's. I will tell you, it's been a hell of a rush and a hell of a ride, and I've had a lot of really hard lessons. Um, a lot. I had to
Mhm.
get over myself. That was the hardest thing because I can be an asshole and
No.
I can be pompous as shit without meaning to be. Like, I don't understand why you're struggling, Chris, with mediumship. It's so simple. Uh, it definitely humbled me, grounded me, and put me to a place now that's very different than even when you and I worked together.
Yeah. Well, that situation you were just talking about, you had said that to me. You're like, how come you're not getting this in the beginning? And I'm like, well, it's fucking easy for you. You've been doing this your whole goddamn life.
Yeah. I will never forget that day when you said that to me. I was just like, God, I'm a dick. I'm such a dick.
Well, here I felt like a dick because I was saying that to you, and it's like, but you told me, you're like, I needed you to say that to me. I needed to hear that.
I did. It's very easy when you do things consistently all the time and they're second nature to you. When you first came to me and we first started working together and I was mentoring you, and I'm like, shit, I really suck at mentoring sometimes because
No, I
it's
disagree.
second nature to me what I do. And I forget that not everybody's been doing this for 50 some odd years. It's real easy to get complacent with the simplest things. And I will say, after my experience for the last, I don't know how many years I've been on the road now, time is so irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
Even this interview, for some reason, I had it in my head 2 weeks ago. I was supposed to do it. Was scrambling that one day, trying to get information to you guys, and I'm like, they're like, no, it's the 12th, and I'm like, yep, I'm a dumbass. That happens. It happens. Time has become fully irrelevant to me.
It's
Well,
funny.
and it actually, when Chris told me that the story about how you two met and had mentioned that he had told you that it was the mediumship stuff wasn't so common. It kind of reminded me that, like, sometimes when we expect people to know certain things, they definitely don't, because they're just starting out. And I've had to have that reminder myself a couple times with a few people, because I'm like, why don't you understand this? Because I never learned. Well, oh yeah, that's right. So I had to slow it down a little bit.
It's a little weird stepping into the whole mediumship thing at like 31 or even 33, I think I was. You know, like it's weird. It's a harsh. But one thing I will say, you know, is one thing I love and admire about you, Billy, is you never powdered my ass about anything. You always gave it to me straight. You always told me the real deal, and I love you and appreciate you for that. And it helped me in more ways than I even have words to give you gratitude for.
Well, thank you. You've come a lot. You've come a long way, Chris. You should be very proud of yourself.
Well, thank you. You as well. I'd love for you to tell people also about the festival that you got going on.
Oh God. Oh, so it's called the Yule Viking Festival. It's really cool. I hate the term Viking. My husband and I both hate that word. We get a lot of shit online. You're like, they're not a fucking Viking. No shit, dumbass. Neither are you. That is a freaking job title. It was a verb. They went out Viking. They went out doing what they did. Um, every culture does it. Some cultures do it a whole lot more than we did. Imagine that shit. So anyway, for general marketing purposes, because that's just the reality, it is a business. We did call it the Yule Viking Festival.
Sure.
The reason behind it was we had been to many different Viking or Norse festivals. We went to some that were really great. A lot of them were just a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, panty trees in their festivals. I don't know, shit like that. Um, and that's great. There's a niche for that. Everybody likes to party, have a good time at some point in their life. I'm just too fucking old. I just turned 51 years old this year. My partying days are so far behind me.
Right.
I prefer a good hot cup of tea and a book to, anything else, or a nice bowl at the end of the night, whatever. But I'm just not
Yeah.
into that. And like I said earlier, we had noticed a lack of community
Hmm.
and community support. So coming down south, like up in the northern region, I noticed a lot of difference in the communities with the Norse communities there. Though the groups that I ran into are very small up in New England. In
Hmm.
Texas, they are like everything here. It's huge.
Okay.
We work with a kindred very closely called Woodens Folk. They've been a huge support in helping us build. So the festival, though, literally came out of wanting to create a place where you could bring your family, your children, your grandchildren, and actually learn about the culture and learn about the people and not the stereotyping of us, which is that we're a bunch of racist, purist, partiers, shitbags that just fight, fuck, kill, rape, whatever. It's not what we are, and that's not what our people were.
Right.
Most of your Norse people were farmers.
Hmm.
They were coexisting. They worked. They liked to build major trade routes. There were a lot of trade routes. So when we started our festival, that was our premise: is how do we build community? Where are the holes, and what can we do to make things better? It's
That's
always
awesome.
about. It's never about hurting anything or hurting anyone else, but building up our communities.
Hmm.
I definitely think there's a place for people to go party. I want them to totally do that. I think that's awesome. There's a festival in the area that does that, and it's cool. It's good
Hmm.
for them. We're more into building the family, and also think about it in this aspect. I don't know if you've been to festivals or went to them. A lot of people go through festivals.
Mhm.
What a great opportunity to take and help someone else, right?
For
So
sure.
a few years back, I met this little guy. He came into my shop, and I'm kind of a hard person, and I'm not meaning like I'm a difficult person, meaning I'm just not an overly emotional person. Don't have a lot of emotions, never have, don't need them. Not necessary. I tend to be on that side of the spectrum in life, if that makes any sense.
Totally.
So, not a super emotional person, but this little guy came in. He's about the same age as my oldest grandson at the time. So, I think he was like 4 or 5. His mom was pushing him in a stroller, and he wasn't talking, but he just took his hand up to me, and he reached his hand up to me. And when he touched me, I started crying. Chris, you know me very well.
I don't think I've ever seen you cry.
I don't cry. My own father died, and I didn't cry. This child just ripped me wide open. and he's always been on my mind. So when we started the festival, one of my things is how does this festival help our community, and how does it make a difference in our community? And that child was one of the first things that popped into my head. He's very much a special needs. We call him Ivar the Boneless. I actually drag him, and my cast drags him around, cast in an old goat cart like they did on this TV show.
Hmm.
It's awesome. He's autistic. He's he's got the whole. There's a story about him. It's on our website. It's yulevikingfestival.com. Anyway, his mom does the best she can. She's also fully disabled. So this child ends up not being able to get a lot of the medical equipment and stuff he needs because, let's face it, the state's only going to do what the state's going to do.
Sure. Yeah.
So I use the festival as an opportunity to help get medical equipment he needs.
That's amazing.
First year, we got him a wheelchair. We got him over 40. We didn't. Our people, our guests, our patrons, the people who were watching us bought that child over 48 items he needed for his care.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
He was nonverbal 3 years ago.
Hmm.
Or technically, let's go back 4 years, because it was a year before the festival started. When he first started talking, I was in contact with his mother, telling him what I was up to, that I was going to create this festival with my husband. We were making this festival. And with this festival, I have to make sure we give back more than we receive. So this child was my first start. We keep his name completely anonymous because no one needs to know his government name.
Sure.
Ivar the Boneless is who he is. His autonomy is extremely important to us.
Hmm.
So that's where we started. And like I said, 48 items for this child. This kid starts talking, and he had never really spoken before. The time he came to our first Yule, he comes up to me and he's like, "Billy, I missed you. I love you." And I'm like, "Holy fuck, when did you start talking like this?"
Aw.
That's beautiful.
That's nothing. That's the small part of what happened with this kid. This kid went from that to it. By the time our festival was done, all this energy being shot at this kid, all these people recognizing him, acknowledging him experiencing this, all that great positive that went to him. A few days after the festival, this is again a child who's been nonverbal, doesn't really move on his own. He's wheelchair bound, whatever. Army crawls himself to a kitchen counter, peels a banana, eats it, goes back, gets a second one. He'd never done this stuff. But this is why I started this festival with my husband, because we just made a difference in a kid's life that would have never happened. We brought another kid in, but we did more than that. We even brought 9 kindreds together to help build our walls. So we're bringing Norse pagans together. We're bringing pagans together, but it's really cool too, because I even have Christians working with us.
Wow.
That's
So when I
awesome.
tell you this is a full community, I have pagans, I have people of all different faiths, including
That's great.
Christian. And we all work together. Isn't it? My belief is better than yours. Yours is wrong. You're right. I'm not. It doesn't matter. We're only here to exist and to leave this world better than we found it, and to help each other and to make it a better place. And that's why we do that festival. We
That's
have
awesome. I
actually
love that.
2 kids now. We have Ivar the Boneless and our young Largatha, who is autistic and diabetic. And we were able to, it wasn't much, but we were able to raise $105 to help towards a deposit for her insulin pump that she's getting.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's incredible.
So our festival runs like the first 3 weekends of December. We even burn, like last year, last 2 years, we burned a massive goat. Next year, we're burning something different, but we're not telling anybody what it is. We do that on our last weekend. But the festival is literally there to build community. We're even putting in, right now, we've been working on the temple. The temple is being built off historical information that we've received. We have 4 pillars, the 4 corners.
Yep.
The first
Mhm.
pillar has the 2 hearts from the first bloat we did
Hmm.
of goat. So we have 2 goat hearts under our first pillar. The second pillar has the bones of a boar.
Mhm.
The third pillar has the bones of a goat. Fourth pillar has the bones of a wolf and raven.
Nice.
So the original temple of Uppsala was built for honor, strength, and wisdom.
Hmm.
Freyr, Thor, Odin. My brother Jay, Jason Bregeron, who's also our tattoo artist, actually carved 3 totems or 3 god poles this year to go in the temple. So the cool thing with that temple is that temple will be available to all pagans.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
The long-term goals are we are going to have we'll have multiple areas, but our long-term goal is the temple will be able to provide funerals for
Okay.
pagans.
That's awesome.
We're going to build Frigga's Garden, which will be a garden of remembrance for children that have passed. So in the South, especially in the belt buckle, if a pagan child dies and the pagan family can't afford the burial, they're forced to go to a church
Hmm.
where they're forced to conversion or pretend conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at least it gives them a way to grieve their death in the belief system that they honor, right?
Correct. We just did a service for one of our patrons who was, I believe, agnostic or
Mhm.
not sure where she was lying at, but loved what we
Sure.
were doing. So we offered our grounds for her memorial. No charge.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
So that's what we're up to. That's what we're doing is we're building community. We're making a safe place where pagans, Christians, whatever you want to believe, you can come to. And you have a safe place to meet other people who are like-minded, if that makes sense. Build a community, support each other, and build each other up. That's pretty much what I've always been about.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's one of the things I've always loved about you, Billy.
how can people help or show support with what you're trying to build if they want to? Is there an option for that?
There is 100%. So we have a website. It's called the YuleVikingFestival.com. On there, our young Ivars list is there. There's a donation area for Lagatha. There's also a donation for our temple area as well, if somebody wants to help. Because we have only got the 4 pillars. This year we did buy a sawmill so we can start milling the lumber off of our land to build our temple. Because it only makes sense to use the lumber, the wood that we have to take down and remove to build the temple with.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's
So
awesome. It is awesome. I love that
it's
you're
a,
doing that.
one of these days I'll get you down here.
I would love to. I would love to. So at the festival, like, do you have like vendors and things like that? Like what is the
We
like
do.
do you have vendors like scheduled speakers or anything like what is the logistics side of the festival look like?
Sure. So what we have, so we have a cast. I have some volunteers that come in and portray the Norse gods so we can educate
Oh, nice.
people, actually ask them, they know about the gods and what their purpose was, what they did. Some of them are funny, some of them are somber. It just depends on, like we have Scatty, who's in Scatty's Forest. So if you've ever been to a Renaissance festival, it's
Hmm.
very similar to that. The
Okay.
variant is we're not a Renaissance. We don't have where you walk in and it's just walls of tents.
Right.
We have 47 acres. We have people spread out. We want you to be able to enjoy nature when you come out there.
Oh,
We
very
want to
cool.
bring your people, come out, enjoy the land, drink mead. So we have an artisans market. We have performers. We have, we're very proud of our performers. We have Equestrian Chaos. They are a group of horseback. They do Mongolian archery.
Oh, wow.
Group of, it's primarily females. They have one male that does it as well. But they do archery off of horseback. So they trick ride. They're a nonprofit. They actually own, it's called Salisa, I believe. What is it called, Grega? I always mess it up. Sorry, I'm asking my husband across the
All
campus.
right. Tell him I said hello, please.
He heard you.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Hi, Greg.
so they're a nonprofit. I believe it's called Salisa's Equestrian School. They
Mhm.
work with children with disabilities and they teach them to actually ride and stuff. But they do more than that. Like they teach these children, kids like Ivar who don't have dexterity, they don't have this, through the horseback riding, through archery. She told me a story a while back about a young lady who was in her mid-20s who had never tied her shoes before, but after working with her for several years was actually able to tie her shoes for the first time.
That's awesome.
So if that makes any sense, those are the type of
Totally.
people we align ourselves with, those who care about everyone else. So we have Equestrian Chaos. They're a big part of us. Then we have Celtic and Nova who come from all over the world in the country. They're really cool. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, check them out. They play bagpipes.
Awesome.
Harold, Duncan, Nate, Halfred. They're just great guys. And we have Adamo Agnes, who's a fire performer. She's gorgeous. She's really great at what she does. We have a Liam, who does a harmless danger show where he juggles swords, and his show
Oh,
is different every time you go up. Yeah, there's always something. We even have a group of historical reenactments called the Black Wolf Vikings. They're top notch. They can walk you through reenactments. They do fighting. They can teach you traditional crafting, smithing, all of it. So, I
sick.
mean, you go there. It's this year when we were talking to our patrons, because we always do that. Everybody checks in with the patrons from cast to owners to employees. Everybody had said the same thing, that when they walk through our front gate, so you walk through the front gate, we have these big poles that stick out in the front with a big stag skull here in the middle. It's all this live edge wood you walk through, and you just walk into no power lines, no modern accoutrements really showing other than our lights above your head. And they feel like they just stepped back in time.
That's cool.
So a lot of our patrons had told us that it was really great because it was actual escape from their reality. They got to step away from life and have a moment that was just theirs.
That's cool.
And they got to have a moment with people that were having that same exact moment with them.
Right. Talk about a sense of camaraderie, right?
It does. Our first year was amazing. We had these big fires going at night. And the last night of our fire, and it happens every time at our last fire, you'll look over and there's nothing like seeing 6 foot plus tall, big, burly Norse pagan guys sobbing
Oh yeah.
because it's over.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like to have the big burly Norse guys doing that, but I help run a music festival up here in Maine. And similar thing. Once the weekend's over, people are like, I don't want it to be over. This is fucking horrible.
It is. But that's what we do. We want to give everybody an opportunity to experience something different.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Where can you go and you could have just had the worst day of your fucking life, stubbed your toe, blew your tires, shit your pants, whatever. You pull up to that festival, you walk through that gate, and you've just forgotten all about it. You get a nice
Absolutely.
big glass of curmudgeon's mead in your hand, you're chugging down some mead, eating a turkey leg, watching horses.
Sounds
I don't.
pretty great to me.
And we do have an artisans market. We're very particular. We keep a very small market. Our artisans are actual artisans that have crafted their stuff, people who make their products.
Very cool.
Don't like a lot of we don't do resell.
Okay.
We like to make a market where when you come here, your experience all the way through is very unique.
Right.
Imagine you walking in, there's 30 hand-picked artisans that you get to shop from.
No shit.
We had a lady blowing glass. We had jewelry making happening. Tyr Odinson, oh God, that guy is badass. You guys get a chance to check him out. He's next level. He's a next level heathen. You ever want a really diehard heathen to talk to? Tyr Odinson is your man.
All right.
He took iron ore off of our property. Our property has a ton of iron ore on it.
Mm-hmm.
He took the iron ore home with him. He's smashing it up and he's creating a sword for Uppsala.
Oh, cool.
This year, he forged 2 blades for my temple for ritual blades.
Oh yeah.
So it's the people I've met and the way the fates have brought us together. I know I mentioned to you earlier, Woodens folk. There's a gentleman there named Burke. They're Getty or Godi. Phenomenal human. Phenomenal. He was supposed to go to Iceland, and unfortunately, the fates decided he wasn't allowed to go, so he had to be stuck here. Mm-hmm. So if he sees this, I hope he knows I'm happy he didn't go because I was jealous. But I really bad. Another person though with knowledge beyond anything I have. The fates have aligned me with some extremely intelligent, brilliant people that are definitely educating me, and you'd be really impressed. I'm not trying to kill everybody. The violence level has definitely dropped. The anger level in me has dropped. My berserker's finally calming.
Your
Not
whole
trying to
energy
burn
is
the
very
world.
calm.
A lot has shifted. A lot has changed. The constant need to fight is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it died a few years ago.
I'm very proud of you for that.
I'm shocked by it. I
Well, it's
am
funny. I
shocked.
mean, you were one of the first people that really showed me getting into this whole spiritual metaphysical world that like you got to have a balance of the good and the bad, because as you know, Billy, when I first came into it, I thought like I had to be all love and light no matter what, and you were like, dude, shut up.
I've told you before how I feel about that. Anybody that comes at me with love and light, I run like hell. I have yet
Gotta have
to
a
find
balance. You gotta have
anybody
both.
with full love and light that is worth a damn.
Hmm.
They're usually the most energetic vampires, the most dangerous people I've ever dealt with are the ones that scream, I'm love and light. I'm going to shoot love daggers at you. Remember those?
Let's not bring her up.
Lava, right? Um,
Jeez. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, I mean,
But I
it's
always liked the fact that you were love and light with a little love and light with mostly go fuck yourself.
but now it's become
Like
a
that
little more
balance,
of
right?
both. The
Yeah,
balance, the love and
the
light part,
balance.
the pettiness in me has definitely dropped. The constant need to ram everything head on, that doesn't happen anymore.
I'm proud of you.
Gotten a little bit of wisdom in my old age. That and I've let's be very real. You know how stubborn I am. The fates and the gods have knocked me on my ass so many times and shoved my
Oh man.
face right in the shit pile until the point now where I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm going to just be quiet. This isn't my fight anymore.
Well, all right. So that actually leads me to a question. Okay, like I find the same thing happens to me, and I wonder like things go real good, and I'm like, yeah, fucking everything's clicking, everything's going real great, and all of a sudden, like fate has a way of shoveling shit right in my lap, and then I'm back to being like, okay, this sucks. Like, why is that? Like, was my ego getting too big? Like, what was is that it? Like, and even if I didn't
99%
outwardly
of the
feel that
time,
way, you know what I mean? Like usually I'm not like, oh hey guy, like I'm not like outwardly saying how great things are. I just feel it internally, and yet that still happens. So what is
yep,
that?
it's that.
You okay?
It's, I will tell you this. So let me be real brutally honest. I mean, I'm not one for failure. I don't accept failure. It's never my options.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Last year was a rough freaking year. Let me tell you, did not a damn thing lined out the way I wanted it to. Not a single
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I literally at one point felt like I was looking down the barrel of a loaded gun. And I was just like, I'm so fucked. I'm just
Yeah.
fucked. And then the fates gave me a really awesome husband. I really do believe that. I mean, after 30 some odd years of him tolerating my shit, it's pretty awesome like that. We got through it. And this year gave me a completely different perspective. Last year, the ego was, I'm the best. I do everything correctly. The gods love me. The fates admire me. The fates will get, no. The fates slapped me upside the head and said, bitch, eat shit and like it. And I did. And today I'm like, okay, here we are. There's no more ego to play.
Right.
Yeah, let me get out of the way. Not that I'm giving my control away by any stretch of the imagination, but I think what happens with people like us is our fight or flight kicks in and everything becomes a fight.
Right.
And instead of embracing that bad things happen to teach us to appreciate the good things we had, we just focus on the bad shit.
Right.
Because the one thing I have found, Chris, out of all of this that I have been through, and it's been a hell of a lot, even at its worst moments when I feel like everything, the gods have turned their back, the fates, the Nords, whatever, they haven't.
Right.
I've just turned my back on myself.
Mm. And I think from what you're saying is it's just their way of reminding you of that, right?
The thing is we never go through pure hell and not receive something afterwards.
Makes sense.
It's just, think about it in this aspect. If everything came to you easily and it was just here, rainbows and sunshine, you'd have zero gratitude, you'd have zero humility.
Right.
And why would you even bother to get up to do anything if it just came easily?
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing
That's
worth having is you have to work for it. And
right.
if there's one thing the fates have taught me is that if I want it, I get off my ass and work for it. Don't
Right.
expect it.
That's for sure.
It's
The
always
best
about,
things in
I
life.
love you. People are popping in and talking about ego, but it is. Ego is our biggest killer.
Hmm. It really is.
And there's no need for it. I mean, honestly, we all live, we all die. No one gets out of here alive. But our egos will kill us quicker than anything else. And it kills the people you love and the
Damn
things around
straight.
you.
Yep, damn straight.
That's what I've been up to for the last few years, killing my ego.
Good. Nice. Nothing wrong with that at all.
No, not at all. Killing my ego, building community, creating some pretty epic art, meeting some pretty amazing humans throughout the process. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, no complaints. Though I wouldn't mind crashing again at the Conjuring House one night with you, and we have to.
That we'll talk off camera about that.
That could be a long conversation.
Yeah, Billy and I
And
did investigate there. There's actually a
I,
picture of you and I using that blood board that Danny Perez, actually, who will be on the show coming up, made for, I believe, Jen and Corey Heinzen.
yes,
Yep. And if I
we'll have
remember
to
right,
go.
that whole Ouija board thing was cussing us out.
It cussed me quite a bit. It cussed you quite a bit for bringing that.
Yeah,
That is
that's
an
right.
absolute true story. When we were at the Conjuring House,
Nope,
I
I'm
don't even
good.
remember what all it was saying, but it was calling me a bitch.
Oh yeah, bitch, medium, fuck you. Like it was going to town. I was like,
It was
damn.
so pissed at me being there.
I think because like we had thought that it, whatever was there, thought that you were trying to get rid of it, and you're like, bro, I'm just there to alert. I'm not trying to get rid of you.
No, I'm just
However,
yeah.
that leads me to another point. Like, do you still do any sort of paranormal work or anything like that?
No, honestly, I want to get back into doing more again. Once my life slows down. For a
Hmm.
while there, we were constantly heading from one state to the next state to the next state. Um, I spend more time in Texas than anywhere at this point. I'll be back up in the summer back to Maine.
Yep.
I think the last thing that I did that was pretty cool was you and I with the "Don't do it."
Oh my God, you should tell everybody about that. I've
No
shared
one
it a few
told me
times.
that.
I told you about that, Raven, didn't I?
I don't think so.
Oh shit, you got to hear this. This is fucked up.
Go ahead, Chris. You tell the story. Come
All
on.
right.
Tell it.
We went, and I saw you're gonna have to help me fill in the gaps of the details, Billy. But we went to this house that this couple, I think it was like a man and a woman and their child were just moving into. There was something in the house that was negative drawing
See, now
around.
you already got it wrong.
Oh, so that's why I said you got to help me fill in the gaps.
Grandparents in the house. The aunt had lived in the house.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's right.
You gotta have the whole back behind it. So this chick, this
Yeah, maybe you
human,
should tell it then.
I'll tell it. This
Yeah, please.
human started dabbling in witchcraft.
That's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
So before I even got, when Chris asked me to go to this, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go. What the hell? I haven't done anything in a while. I haven't removed any spirits or anything. Let's go for it. Let's go have fun. So it's not uncommon that before I go to a place, I'll get images or visions or whatever. But I had this very strange sigil popping into my head, so I drew it. I showed it to Chris.
Hmm.
Said, have you seen this? The gentleman who was there at the house, I said, have you seen this symbol before? And he's like, no, I've never seen it. I'm like, all right, cool. It's around here. We'll figure it out. So I brought everything I would normally bring to trap, remove, cleanse, clean a house out, get it
Yep.
done. We had everything we needed with us, including hot foot powder.
Oh shit, that's right. And that was in the cauldron, right? I think I still have the video of that, actually.
Oh God, this was great. So we get to the house and Chris is like, you want to go in first or I'll go in first? I'm like, you go in first. So I'm out talking to the gentleman and I'm like, I'm just walking around because I'm like, there's something really fucked up here and I can feel it right in my gut. It
Sure
was like a
was.
hot poker right through my navel. So I look and I keep finding piles of dead bugs under windowsills.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah. Holy shit.
I'm not talking like a pile. I'm talking mounds.
Yeah.
Of bugs. Boom.
Yep.
Like this. Perfect mounds of bugs under the windows. And as I'm talking to this guy, all of a sudden, a piece of paper flip, flip, flips in front of my foot, opens up. I shit you not, I open the paper. It's the same sigil I drew.
That's right. That's
On
right.
paper.
Yep.
So
Now
Chris
it's coming back to me.
Now, you want to go forward from this point? Because
No, I think you're nailing it because I know I'm gonna lose details. The one thing that I take away is the big reveal, which was fucking terrifying. But you go ahead.
So Chris just goes out of the house, and I'm like, all right, I'll go in this time. And I tell Chris what has happened, and I tell him what I'm finding. And I never did find the witch's bottle that she buried. It's
That's
there
right.
in that
Yeah.
card. I could not find it for the life of me. I couldn't find it. So I'm walking around the house, and I hear a voice, and I'm like, whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm like,
We were both in the house when that happened.
not the first time I was in the house.
Oh, okay.
First walk.
I didn't know it happened to you when you were alone.
Yeah, when I went downstairs and I found the sigil on the concrete. So she had done a sigil in blood on concrete under the stairs in the basement.
Yep.
Bless her heart, she summoned a succubus.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I'm so not afraid of this. This is like a gnat in my ear at this point. I know what a succubus is. They don't scare me. This is no issue. This is low level. We're good. So we walk out of the house, and this is when you and I went down and we found where she was sacrificing.
That's right. That's right.
So she had been making offerings at an altar by a stream. So we took care of all that business. We found the stuff in the barn. That was all taken care of. But we went back into the house, and as Chris and I are walking back through the house, and we start to do the cleansing process because we had to remove the sigil and do the cleansing process. So we start to do the cleansing upstairs, and as we're upstairs, a child's toy starts playing, and we're like, hey, the guy's with us? And he's like, no, there's nothing in here. And we're like, okay. So he leaves, and we're like, you probably should go out. So we're going to start this up, and we're going to go remove the sigil. So we go downstairs, and I have a compound mix of herbs and stuff that I use to remove sigils. And one of the components in it is hopfoot powder, which is made with cayenne pepper.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the cauldron, and the reason I can't show you the sigils is because those two sigils went into the cauldron.
Oh, I remember this part too.
Which would not light.
That's right. Which, if anybody knows anything about paper and physics and fire, they should have fucking burned.
I put Florida water on the paper.
It should have burned, like, into a crisp.
It did not.
It did not. So I had to remove the cauldron off the sigil, pick components onto sigil, because normally I burn the sigil, remove the sigil, but this time we had to do it in reverse. Fine. So as I'm doing it, I'm telling Chris, don't breathe through your mouth.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Take shallow breaths. Be very careful. There's a lot of cayenne. What does Chris do?
Yeah.
So as he's choking to death on hotfoot powder, and I'm trying not to laugh my ass off, we get it all done. We finally get it to burn. Everything gets swept up. I put it into the cauldron. Then we get walking by the mirrors. Do you remember what happened to the mirrors, Chris, with the hands?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Refresh my memory, but it wasn't anything good.
No, we had handprints, reversed handprints coming onto the mirrors.
That's right. Holy shit.
I'm like, damn, she opened up a hell of a portal.
I must have repressed a lot of this because it scared the shit out of me.
It scared the living hell out of you because that's when we heard the first time, don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Don't do it.
Just like that. Oh, I get goosebumps just now just thinking about that shit.
I have a bad habit of giggling when that stuff happens because I'm just like, it's like a chihuahua pretending to be a pit bull.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to explain to Chris. I'm like, it's a chihuahua. It'll bite you a little bit. It might hurt, but if you kick it hard enough, it'll fuck right off.
I'm like, that's a really fucking scary Chihuahua, Billy.
The worst part of that place for me was the house next door that had burnt with those children,
That's
and
right.
not closing that out. We never got
Yeah.
to close that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole time we were cleansing the house, pushing all the energy out of the house, every time we turned around, it was, don't do it. And it would get really loud. And if anybody, so I am 5'2". I now weigh 121 pounds. So I'm not a very big person. Chris, you're what, 6 foot something?
6'2".
He was white as a ghost, and I'm laughing my ass off.
Well, because what you got to understand, everybody that's listening, you got to understand, this wasn't like we didn't hear "Don't do that" in our mind's eye. This wasn't like an internal thing.
Oh
This
no,
was
it was
out
loud.
loud, audible. Like
Yeah.
somebody in the other fucking room going, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "What are you doing? What the fuck?" Like, it freaked me right out. Oh my god.
But I've done this kind of stuff my whole life. And again, this is the moment where I forget Chris has not done this.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back when I laugh now at it because the thought of Chris, this big, strong, burly guy, scared. And I'm like, dude, you talk to dead people all the time. This is just another form of energy.
Most
It's
of them
just
aren't
a
telling me
more
not to do
pronounced.
stuff.
Well, what about at the Conjuring house with the elbow issue with the kid?
Oh yeah, that's right. Was that the same night that I got pushed down the stairs?
And I
Okay.
laughed my ass off over that too.
Yeah, you did. I was
You got to
going
tell them
live and I
about
was
that one. That was great.
that well for you it was.
The Conjuring house absolutely hates me.
Doesn't
When
seem to like you, yeah.
It despises me being in it. But I get the best night of sleep of my life in that house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them what happened when we got to the Conjuring house, Chris, because that in itself is a great story. If
I
you
yeah,
mean,
remember
what happened?
it.
again, there's a lot. I've been there a few times, and there's a lot of overlaps. But I remember certain bits and pieces. And again, I think some of it, like I might have just blocked out of my memory.
Might
But
have.
like I said, I remember getting pushed down the stairs. I remember you laughing and being like, "Saw that coming." That was a weird thing. I remember being in the kitchen and using the blood board, and that being a whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Um, Again, help me out here. Fill in the gaps here.
So when we first get there, I kept hearing a song being
Oh,
hummed.
that's right. That's right.
So we're all in the parlor together, and I'm like, does anybody else hear the fucking song? And nobody else hears it. And I'm like, guys, just listen. Then all of a sudden, everybody
Oh, that's
hears it.
there's a decent group in that house that night too, right?
I think there was like 10 of us.
That's right. Yeah.
So everybody hears the woman's humming. And I'm like, okay, so this isn't bullshit. Because I'll be honest with you, I thought the Conjuring house was bullshit. I thought it was fake.
Definitely isn't. There's
No,
something there, that's for
it's
sure.
100% not. And it's very much got a pull to it that sometimes it bothers me how much it pulls me. But so throughout that whole night, we had a lot of crazy shit happen. So we ended up upstairs with Toby with the noise canceling headphones on.
Oh my God, that's right.
And
Yeah.
the pacing. Something was pacing in front of us. Both of us are blindfolded, but we
Oh,
can
we were
feel
doing
the
the
pace.
Estes method.
And we're saying the same thing at the same exact time. Get out.
That's right.
Fuck
That's
off.
right.
Get the fuck out. Get out. Get out. Get out. From the minute I got to that house wanted me out.
Yep. It's funny. I'm
And
not
I
sure if it's
couldn't.
maybe by proxy or what, but the last time I was there, I never get nosebleeds ever. Never, never, never. And the last time I was there, when I left, my nose gushed. Not just dripped, fucking poured blood for like 5 minutes straight.
I still don't think it's the house. I think it's that stone wall. There's something in that stone wall.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't get out of that library.
Oh yeah.
That library was like that was my jam. Because I
Yep.
kept hearing them in there and I kept hearing all the talking and I wanted to hear what they were saying, but I couldn't understand them. There was so much being said in there. It was almost like you ever been into a super crowded coffee shop
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's got great conversations and you want to hear all of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's what being in that library room of the Conjuring house is like for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what is with that room or the purposing of it or what happened or whatever was there, but that's the room I slept in the Papasan chair with the
Yeah.
Annabelle doll.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
literally curled up in the
cozying up to
Annabelle
it.
doll and the Papa San chair, slept like a baby that night. So we went upstairs, did that, and then simultaneously, you and I were both saying the same exact thing over and
That's
over and
right.
over.
Right.
And everybody kept saying they kept feeling the cold air.
And we were pretty much away from the group. We kept feeling like there was somebody walking back and forth in front of us. Is that right?
Correct.
I remember that being a very
Yeah.
much like, I almost thought it was Toby fucking with us.
Yes. But then when we were, and then everybody was doing the clapping game.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to do the clapping game.
Yeah, I want to go back to Conjuring House just to play the clapping game. But it was then
Might
when we
might be a little while, but that's a conversation for another day.
in the basement.
Oh God, that basement. Yeah,
I love that basement. I
I'm not
love that
surprised.
basement. That basement, that cistern.
Yeah, that's right. The little well
That's
in the
what's
floor.
feeding all the energy into that house is that
I
flow,
believe it. Yep.
that cistern flow, because I think the blood has run so deep into that land
Mm,
that it's just embedded into the rock. So everything is just flushing through it constantly.
yep.
All of that negative blood is just there. All of that death is there. That destruction is there. Just that's a nice black hole right there.
Yeah,
It's super goopy, super sticky.
it's a good way to
Which,
put it.
yeah, I don't know why I always want to go back to it.
I haven't been there yet, but I do know Andrea. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I do know Andrea personally. Um, and at some point in the future, I hope to at least be able to see the house.
That'd be
It does.
cool.
It's infesting. It infests you a little bit. I feel it. For me, it did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's been I don't know how many years now.
Jesus Christ. Well, it's 26 now, so at least 4 or 5 years, right?
And it
Maybe
still
more.
plagues my mind. Yeah, that house
Does it?
still
Yeah.
gets my brain. No, it's got to been longer than that because I've had my festival for 3. Oh my gosh, Chris, it's been a while.
Jesus.
Was
Yeah.
that
I guess so.
pre-COVID?
Huh?
Was that pre-COVID? It was pre-COVID.
No, it was in and around because I was wearing a mask.
Were you wearing a mask?
I was the only one.
Uh, okay.
Either way, doesn't matter.
I'm non-compliant.
It's all good.
I've always been
We're we're
non-compliant.
we're past those days. No one has to do it anymore.
Thank God. Um, but the Conjuring House definitely. Yeah, there's something to that place.
Hmm. Is there any like notable places in and around where you live that are reportedly haunted?
So there is a place that I'm hoping to go to. Some friends of mine have told me about. It's actually sacred land though. So
Okay.
I'm Native American. I know blonde hair, blue eye doesn't make sense, but I actually have Native American blood. It's a real thing. Uh, it's so funny because there's not very many blonde hair, blue eyed people in my family. Yeah. If you look at some of my other relatives, close siblings, cousins, you can see Cherokee blood in them and stuff, but I don't know. I got whitewashed. Lack of a better term. Um, so anyway, it's a sacred place for Cherokees here in Texas. There was a big massacre there, and yes, I'm planning on going to it.
Oh, you did tell me about that. That's right.
Yeah. Right now, I'm just trying to. First and foremost, my health hasn't been great, so I don't do any of this when my health is down.
Right. Yeah. Smart thinking.
Yeah, it's a great way to invite something in your body you don't want.
Right.
So I've kind of just stepped away from that until things get better. But then you show up and you message me and ask me about being on a podcast, and I'm like, damn it, I got the itch again. It's been so long.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
I know. I'm like thinking to myself today, I'm like, when I get back to Maine, what are Chris and I going to get into?
Right.
What asylum can we pop into?
Well, we could always
Yeah,
go to Fort Knox. I don't think we ever been there together.
we have not. I love Fort Knox. It has a lot of crazy energy in it.
Hmm.
Actually, we could go to the cemetery where the witch's boot is too.
Oh, that's
Searsport.
in. What is it?
Searsport. I think it's Searsport
Could be. Yeah.
where they hung the witch. The sea captain did.
I think I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. There was actually a transcript about all that was found a few years ago, and then the person who got the book's a greedy bitch and hid it. So there's that. One of the Freemason books was found in a building.
No shit.
Hmm. But that book is it's vapored somewhere. I don't know what happened to it.
No shit. People
I'm
always
not
fucking with history.
okay. Good girl. But yeah, we definitely have to go to that. I've been to that cemetery a few times and I like it a lot too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting my hands on another house again. Nice, good, creepy house would be fun.
It's funny,
There's a
Raven.
lot
Do
of
you
better ones.
prefer the residentials or the bigger places?
I like both.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
fair.
both. I mean, the residentials can be really interesting depending on, the backstory of the situation or the energy that pulls there. But I like the bigger places too because there's always interesting spots. Some of them have portals that are really like you have to question where they came from.
Right.
I've been into places where like people opened up stuff that they shouldn't have opened up. Like it's ridiculous, but it's also really interesting. And um so I would say both for me. Like it's an even balance there. I like
Nice.
both.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I also like cemeteries a lot.
I love cemetery.
I've had some I've had some like really cool, interesting experiences there for sure.
Hmm. Hell yeah.
I actually had somebody one time tell me that they took a Ouija board to a cemetery.
Interesting.
Hmm. And something happened, and then they decided to throw the Ouija board away or something. I don't know.
Hmm.
Just like,
What
yeah.
are you doing?
The things that people will come to me with, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, why did you do this?
What is wrong with you?
Don't play with Ouija boards if you don't know what you're doing. Please don't do
It's funny. I was just talking to somebody today that I did a reading for. It was telling. I basically said the same thing. I was like, if you're going to use a Ouija board, just be smart about it.
that. And don't go to Portland, Maine and steal from the old lady's house, Chris.
I didn't steal nothing, or
When you
did
were
I?
on that field trip, when you were a kid, the one time. So,
Oh
funny
my
story
god!
about.
What the fuck, Billy? I was young. Okay, it's not my fault.
I will get the most random things happen. Chris and I were sitting in the shop one day in a shop talking, and I'm like, Chris, we were talking about the Victorian house in Portland, Maine.
Look, people, fucking stop.
I got to tell this story. So we're
Oh
sitting
my
there.
god!
There's a lot. There's a backstory to this, but I'm only going to talk about this part because the other part is an intimate conversation that Chris and I
Do you
had.
see how fucking red I am right now? Like, is that coming through in the
Yeah.
camera? Oh fuck!
So we're sitting there, and I'm like, Chris, what did you steal from the old lady? Because she's still pissed at you.
Yeah, without provocation, mind you. She just popped out with this, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I will randomly do this to people. I'll be like, by the way, I'm like, what did you steal from her tray? I'm like, it was something, but it was something she really liked.
I
And
liked it too, apparently.
Chris's face was just priceless, and he's like, Billy, how the hell?
Right. Look, I
Just
was a
like
different
that.
person then, all right? I've changed,
You
I've
were a
grown.
child. You were single digits. You were a little guy. But it's just so funny how like my medium I can do medium work all day long. I don't. It's not what I've been called. I did it when I was younger. It was more of a passion when I was younger. Um, but it's just not what I do now. I only do it when it's called to me. Like the other day I was in my house. My friend Josh was there. The dead love to screw with me on just so many levels. I'm sitting there looking at him, and all of a sudden, this thing pops out of his shoulder, and it's almost a mirror image of him. And I'm like, "Holy shit!" And I'm just looking at him, and we were talking. I'm like, "Would you like some coffee, tea, margarita?" I'm like, just blabbing, and he's looking. He's like, "Billy, what is wrong with you?" And I don't drink margaritas. I'm like, "Dude, you're dapped out of your shoulder." I'm like, "Is his death date coming up soon?" Because he's just popping in to say hi. And he's like, "Yeah, the December 22nd." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's like in a couple days. Cool. Your dad says hi." I'm like, shit. And I've had that problem my whole life because I won't think about it. I'll just be in the middle of a conversation. Something will pop up and I'll be like, "Oh, by the way, why did you do that?"
Right.
As in
Yeah.
your situation. I do it to people all the time. And they're like, how do you know that? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, your dead person's standing next to me, but you can't see them, but I hear them very well.
Right.
That happens. It just happens that way. Um, and honestly, for me, doing the medium work, it just showed me too much of people sometimes that I don't want to see. Also.
Yeah.
That is a thing that I noticed that pops up, like when, for example, when you're connected to someone and you see certain things about that about that individual, because the dead are basically telling you certain things. It can change the way you look at someone too.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone that you actually liked, you're like, oh, wow, you're just not. Okay. This is where
Hmm.
we are. And it happens a lot. So in the line of work I do, especially, I mean, you imagine I'm working my booth, I'm selling you a piece of art and I pick this. I'm like, no, I don't want you buying my art.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Or no, I'm not going to help you because you're a dirtbag.
Right.
Maybe we're a dirtbag at that moment. That doesn't mean you're still that dirtbag. So
Hmm.
for me, I had a struggle with that. So I was like, you know what? I will do medium work when I'm called to do it. But other than that, no, I don't.
I do notice that sometimes, like, I mean, pretty much when we don't want to know certain information, it comes up anyway. Do you find that happening a lot for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing the ugly is easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
been a learned skill for me.
Did you ever figure out how to do the fire readings?
I haven't really done it, but I
We'll have to
should.
work on it again.
We will.
One of the
I
things
know
that I,
the incense thing you taught me. I've done that.
yeah.
I've
Oh,
done that.
cool. The incense thing.
Well, because like you showed me, like you can manipulate
Yeah.
the line of
It's
the incense that comes
energetic
up.
moving. Yeah, just move its energy.
Yeah, which was super cool. Like it goes up as one singular thing, and then you put your hand near it, and it can split off into two, or it can move into waves. Like it's an interesting way to manipulate energy in a very grounded way. I guess is the best way to put it.
When you talk about fire readings, are you talking about reading the flames? What's in the flames?
Correct.
Hmm.
That's fun.
So that's some of the stuff that Chris and I worked on. Because when I first met Chris, he was very new to being medium.
Hmm.
And then he had to deal with this old cat that was all scratched up and cranky and mean. Chris, you definitely met me at my most aggressive, ugliest time of life, I think. Because that was definitely during my transformative time. I had a lot to learn back then, still about myself and how to ground out and to be where I am now.
Well, I mean, I think I've met you at the time that I was supposed to meet you for sure,
Yes, you definitely did because somebody had to put their foot in your ass.
and
But
I'm grateful for that. I am. I am. I wasn't maybe then as much as I am now, but
looking back on those conversations and stuff in the past, I was like, damn, what an asshole I used to be. Like I said, my ego used to be really big. It really was. It was unfortunate.
I mean, I appreciate that you have that self reflection, but I don't really. I didn't. Looking back on it, I don't really see it as that. I see it as you just being very blunt about the nature of spiritual work and just how it's going to look, how it is. I mean, like I said, you didn't sugarcoat things for me, and there was a lot of people around me at that time that were. You were the one person that really kept it real with me, and you know what I mean, and that was rare to find. And that it helped me on a path to finding more like-minded people that keep it real, that aren't full of woo-woo and
Yeah.
unicorn farts and all this other bullshit. You know what I mean?
I warned you about all that in the beginning with this. I warned you
Sure
about a
did.
lot of the bad things that can come with this because unfortunately, this field is littered with fakes and charlatans and people who have very nefarious ideology Or then you
Right.
have those who have genuine skills but are nefarious in their actions with their skills.
Sure.
I've seen that several times. I've been victim to it several times. I
Yeah.
think we all have at some levels. I mean, anytime you deal in metaphysical, you got to expect it.
Yeah. For sure.
I would
It's,
say that you can learn some really hard lessons by trusting certain individuals when you're brand new to the entire sphere of the type of work that we do. I mean, I went through it where some of the people that I began with, they weren't that great actually. And eventually I had to learn my own path. But um, there are people like that sadly out there.
there are, and then, you know, it's our community in itself too. I mean, unfortunately, everything goes in trends,
Mm-hmm.
and as great as social media is, it's also a negative because everybody's a witch, everybody's a psychic, everybody's a medium now.
Mm-hmm.
Or claiming, and I'm not trying to be an ass like that, but like I have to watch myself. I get on TikTok and I see some of the stuff that people are putting out there, and I'm like, why are you doing this to these people? You
Right.
obviously don't know what you're doing, and now you're trying to tell somebody how to do this. Please stop. Find somebody
Right.
who's been at this for a long time. I mean, when I met Chris, that was over 10 years ago, Chris, that we met. Roughly
It
10
was.
years ago.
Oh
Yeah,
shit. Yeah. Wow.
it's been that long. It was a very different world 10 years ago than it is today
Oh
in the
man.
medical
Totally.
world.
Totally.
I mean, when I first came out of the broom closet, per se, that was years ago, years upon years ago. It was not cool to be a witch or to be pagan or anything. It was taboo as hell. And it's so weird because coming back down south of the border, south of the Mason-Dixon, whatever you want to call it um, there is a very big difference in the Christian thought process from southern to north, from north to south, and
Hmm.
that's just truth. I do know in like New England and stuff, I'm not going to get the stare downs and the looks that I get as I do sitting in a small cafe in Texas with tattoos like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm covered in tattoos all over, and I've gotten harsh statements and comments down here that I never received in the north.
Yeah.
But I've also found a lot of pagans in the South that never were existing here 30 years ago. So I guess there's some positives to it. I just wish people would take a little more time and do a little more research and not just jump on the internet, read something, and say that's it.
Right.
Generally, I can
Um,
be reached. Crow and Hound is the easiest way to reach me is through Crow and Hound, either through email or messenger through Crow and Hound is the easiest way to contact me.
Hmm.
awesome. It looks like we're past our hour
Oh, here we are.
mark, so we do
Sorry.
need to. No, no worries. We do need to go ahead and end. Let's go ahead and bring Gwen up.
Time flies when you're having fun. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Girl, you put me on the spot. I was like, no.
Sorry for running over.
No,
it's,
the
I don't
great
mind.
conversation does that.
It does. It does. But I didn't think you guys knew, so I was going to say, hey, just a couple more minutes. Because, you know, I've been sitting here since 6 o'clock. So,
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Oh,
Putting in
no,
work.
don't be. Don't be. Good conversation takes its time, and that's fine. I absolutely have no problem with that.
Yep.
None at all. So, guys, I'm gonna pull myself back, and if you'll tell her good night, we'll pour her down, and then you can finish, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We would love to have you back to talk more and hear more about your experiences if you'd be open to that.
Absolutely, anytime.
Hell yeah, Billy.
Fantastic.
It has been amazing talking to you and catching up with you and just seeing your face. I've missed you, my friend, so much.
I missed you too. At Raven Wolf, it has been an honor to meet you finally.
You as well.
We'll definitely have to get together this summer when I'm in New England. The three of
Please
us will
do.
have to hook up.
Yeah,
And we're gonna have
that would
to
be fun.
go to Huzzies and tell them to stop selling those fucking slop pants. No, get them away.
Chris loves his sloths.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh man.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and close out here.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye.
Billy. I love you.
She was great. I really liked her. Thanks for suggesting she come on the show.
Absolutely. I thought you guys would get along. I thought you'd like her.
Yeah, I could talk to her for hours and listen
Oh,
to
I know.
her, experiences for hours. That was
I didn't
awesome.
even realize that we had gone. I mean, like, we're just chatting, having a good time. It went by very fast. As it does, I mean, good conversation. Like I said, it just tends to lose track of time.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, everyone, our next show is Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and we have Danny and Lauren,
Hell
the
yeah. The
Radicals.
Radicals.
I'm
It's going to be good to talk to
excited.
them. Yeah, those guys are
Yeah.
awesome. I love them both.
Yeah, they're family, so it's going to be great. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we hope you have a great night.
Peace out.